Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. Last fall, I had these folks come to my house and spray for ladybugs and stink bugs so they wouldn't be there over the winter. Over the last 2 months, I've seen zero. Okay, well, that makes sense. But whenever it hits 50 outside, and I usually start to see them on my windowsills in early February, these things pop up. It's been 50. It's past early February. I'm not seeing them. Southeast Termite and Pest Control, they take care of my house. They should take care of your house, too. Give them a shout. They also do businesses in addition to residential. All right, back with Mike Griffith, Vince Ferrara, Mike Strange, Bob Hodge. Quick question, easy question. If you're Beverly Davenport, and the one thing we don't know is how big, is she going to be her own boss coming in here? How much of a say is she going to have in this? We don't know. Or is she going to come in and say, I'm new to this job. All these people are telling me to hire this guy. I'm going to do what they say. We don't know where she's going to go. But let's say an outsider is out of it, okay? Let's say it's down to Blackburn and Fulmer. Who do you go with? I'm going to start down there with Mike Griffith and work my way back to me. Who do you hire and why? You've got 30 to 45 seconds.
Well, first of all, I will say I would defer to Davenport and the search committee.
That's what I would do first. I'm paying you to give me an answer.
But since you're paying me to give me an answer.
If you were her, you would defer to the search committee.
No. I would defer to the judgment that she reaches after conferring with the search. In other words, I think Tennessee fans can feel good about whatever she does. But since you're asking for the purpose of this show, David Blackburn with Philip Fulmer on staff. That's where I'm going with it.
David Blackburn and Philip Fulmer on staff. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to happen, so I'm going to go David Blackburn. And I think David Blackburn, what he's accomplished at Chattanooga has been tremendous. He checks off all the boxes to me. He could still fundraise. Yeah, if Philip Fulmer was involved to help you out a little bit in that, that'd be terrific. But I think in terms of satisfying all that you need at the University of Tennessee right now, I'd say David Blackburn.
All the polls out there right now, I mean, the fan polls, you guys did one. I know you've had them on your station. It's like anywhere from 70 to 90% people want Blackburn.
It's almost like electoral versus popular. Some of the popular might be more Fulmer, but
yeah, it seems like the electoral college is leaning toward Fulmer.
Right, yeah.
Mike Strange, who do you go with?
Well, I'll start by saying I'm going to say David Blackburn, but quickly, if they hire Philip Fulmer, he'll probably do fine. But I would go with David Blackburn. He's a sitting AD. He's got the great background of coming up through the ranks in all the departments at Tennessee, and he's run his own shop. And if you look around the power conferences, there's only one other former football coach and somebody that happens to be older than Philip Fulmer. Philip's going to 66, and that's Barry Alvarez at Wisconsin. Now,
who's had success.
To me, it's not a coincidence that there's no other ex-football coaches out there as ADs.
And for as much success as Barry Alvarez has had, he can't keep football coaches. They don't want to work under him.
Mike just summed it up. I think if you look around the Power 5 conferences, there is only one other coach. Obviously, people have gone another direction. I think David Blackburn checks all the boxes, as is already said. I think it's to me, it's kind of a slam dunk. And that is nothing against Coach Fulmer at all. I just think that you've got a guy out there who seems to be ready. He's already turned down one SEC job as athletic director. So I think it's David Blackburn.
Okay, so everybody here is Blackburn. If it's me, and I don't think Fulmer would crash the program. I think he's sharp enough to handle it. But I would go Blackburn as well. He has the experience doing the job as opposed to no experience doing that job. He hasn't done it at a big school, but still he's done it. And the school he's been at last year, I think it was the first time in school history, they were #1 in their conference in men's basketball, women's basketball, and football. Mm-hmm. It's pretty good. He's also the pick of the fans. And think of him, Beverly Davenport. When I'm looking, you got two people. Do you please the masters who hired you, or do you please the commoners who can make your life miserable for years? But I think I would go with Blackburn for that reason. But here's the #1 reason, though. I would go with him. Let me put this up here. Told the News Sentinel, it told John Adams, speaking about why one of the things he got in, people have said he got in crossways with some boosters because he wasn't big on the Derek Dooley hire. And he said, nothing against Derek, I just thought we needed to catch our breath and take our time. John Adams points out, former Tennessee coach Lane Kiffin left UT January 12, 2010. At the time, Blackburn contended that it was a mistake to make a quick hire just to try and save the recruiting class. He believed UT would have had a better chance of hiring a top-flight coach after National Signing Date. Blackburn said, yeah, but it wasn't my call. Folks, calm, big picture thinking, and if you remember me on this show, I beat that drum repeatedly. You do not worry about a signing class, you look big picture. It's been a long time since Tennessee did anything calm. Everything's panic. It's been a long time since anybody at Tennessee looked big picture. It's always, what about tomorrow? Heck with tomorrow. What about the next year and the next year and the next year? David Blackburn had the foresight to do this, and if it works against him that he made too much stink in being right and trying to tell us the right thing to do, then you got problems in who's making the hire. Because these people, instead of saying, well, he went against me, should be saying, he could have saved my butt. He was right. And he was willing to stand up and say that. That's who they should hire, in my opinion. All right, when we come back, NFL Draft Talk, Josh Dobbs, Alvin Kamara, Derek Barnett, and a legendary NFL coach has a test for what quarterback he would draft. We'll tell you how Josh Dobbs does on that test. Come on back.